Hey friends, this is Stephanie with Steph's on a Budget, and I thought I would do kind of a mid-paycheck check-in, if you will. So we get paid bi-weekly and got paid on the 13th, and today's the 20th, so it's been a week since payday, so I kind of thought we'd check in with the budget and see how things are going. So to start, we'll look at our paycheck bill tracker. And kind of just peek at what bills have already been paid and what are still needing to come out for this pay period. So my method is I'll always come in with the actual payments that we made. I do always try to round up here because I don't like dealing with change in the beginning, but then I'll write the exact amount in the actual column. So so far most of all of the bills have come out. The kind of last remaining things are some of those things that are on automatic payment. So, like the Kindle Unlimited subscription, it's not due till the 23rd and it's an automatic payment. I don't go in and manually pay it, so I just have to wait till that date for it to come out. So about half has come out. We've got about half to go. So far we've put aside half that mortgage. The water bill has been paid. Car insurance came out. Apple Music, we made that payment of $75 to that Capital One. My Planet Fitness, Netflix, that other Capital One $75 payment. That Tacoma payment, the City card, and the Nusenda card have all come out. So left, we still have that motorcycle insurance, which was yesterday. This one drives me crazy. It's on an automatic payment, but it's takes 5 days to hit the account for some reason. So probably won't see that until next week, but so that needs to come out still. And then a couple subscriptions, Kindle, Apple, iCloud, Amazon, and Disney. So not too much. A majority of the bills have all come out. It's very kind of small amounts there still, which is good. So far for our, we'll look at this in the other tracker, but the numbers that aren't there is because there's still funds in there and there's still a whole week to go for our variable cash envelopes. So, Costco, we're not making a trip, so we know we're not going to spend there. Gas, remember, I am cashless with gas, so I pay that $150 to my City card on the payday, and then I use my City card to put gas in for the following 2 weeks. And so far, I think we're at $45 for gas for the 2 weeks, and we will definitely need to fill up again. So there's that. We have done some spending in our spending categories, but again, still the week, same in miscellaneous. My husband's money just comes out right at the beginning, so that's always gone, whether he still has some or not. I don't keep track of that. He does what he was. And then the water, we did have to get right away on payday, so that money is gone, and that'll be that for the 2 weeks. So those numbers are in there. And then all of our sinking funds obviously were stuffed, and then we were able to send an extra 100 to that debt snowball with the slightly higher income than we were expecting. So still a few bills to come out, but most are paid, and still working through some variable spending for the next week. Let's jump over and take a look at our expense tracking, just because I know that there's a few things where I need to pay myself back out of either an envelope or a sinking fund. So I use the highlighter method, so you can kind of see, just keep a running log of what expenses look like. And so one thing I did want to look at, just to be transparent with you guys, I've said it before, takeout is, oh gosh, it's just the bleeding hole in my budget. I know that, and we need to work on it. If we go back and look at my last 2 weeks, we spent $352 in takeout, you guys. That is in freaking sane. And that's just in 2 weeks. So I keep track of that, because then I can, hey, this is a problem area, let's fix it quickly. So we're trying to be better. We have done better so far, but we do still have a week, and I can tell you we are over budget already. I don't know how to fix that. Oh, it's just so hard. And then, even just to eat out one time is so expensive for my family. And I'll show you kind of how that works out in one of these takeouts here. But I kind of wanted to see where we're at with takeout just to give you all an idea. So my takeout is kind of this greenish teal color. So let's take a look and see where we're at. Lots of coffee purchases, actually, for the most part. Now, sometimes like these Starbucks show up, and that's actually my husband buying food at work. It's just that it rings up as a Starbucks. So, I promise we didn't spend, $41 at Starbucks in 2 days, although we could easily do that in all honesty. And then let's flip over to this side. 61. So you'll see, all in all, we really had to have like some coffee expenses, and then 3 opportunities of where we've eaten out. And one of those alone for my family was $60. So it's just something that we really need to work on. The cost of eating out is just crazy these days. So our budget for takeout is 100, and we're at 166. It's technically a fail, but so far it's okay in my opinion, because it's not the $350 that we spent the last 2 weeks. So improvement. And sometimes those big numbers are like shockers. Like I shared it with my husband, and I was like, guess how much we spent in takeout? And when I told him, he was like, oh my gosh. So we did really good all weekend, last weekend, not eating out, and have been doing fairly well so far this week, other than on the 17th, which I think was like Tuesday. So 166, I'm not going to write that number in on my tracker here just yet, because, we still have the week to go. So we'll wait and see, but over budget in one category for sure, at least. Now looking through here, there are a few things where I wanted to pay myself back. So I had an order. This is my spending through Happy Planner. I had some rewards points that I wanted to use. I bought a fitness planner that I'm wanting to do this year. So I paid like $2 after my rewards, because it was on sale, and then I had a reward. I paid like $2 for the planner, you guys, and the rest of this is shipping. Doesn't that suck? So I want to pay myself $12 back from the mom and dad spending. We do had some food expenses here, which we don't usually. That's normally cash spending for us, but my husband wanted to get some good steaks for the weekend, and so he went to the kind of meat market here that we have in town, and so of course that was a little bit more spending. So I think I spent like $280 at the grocery store, and we have that $300 grocery budget, so that only left $20. So I can tell you we're over budget on groceries as well. So I'm not going to worry about paying myself back there. I'm just going to let it be what it is and let the buffer kind of absorb that. So I do have one transaction here where I want to pay myself back, and then on this side I have a miscellaneous. So I had to pay for this annual subscription for these nursing CEUs because my license is due to renew this month. So I paid for this annual subscription so I can do my CEUs to renew my license. So that's $30, and I'll have that for the next year. And I need to be more mindful. I always do it like I pay for this, and then I do my CEUs, and then my license isn't due for another 2 years. So what I need to do is renew my license, and then a couple months later, while I still have access to the annual subscription, I need to take care of the next 30 CEUs to renew for the next time. That way I at least get like 2 renewals out of 1 annual subscription, if that makes sense. So I need to pay myself back from the miscellaneous $30 there. We bought some Roblox for my youngest daughter on her Roblox game. So I'll pull that from the kids sinking fund, $11 there. And then also I took my youngest daughter to Menchie's for ice cream after school this week. And so I'll pull that from the family fun sinking fund. So technically this would be takeout, but I'm not counting it as that because I'm going to pull it from that sinking fund. So So a little bit to pay me back, which is good. So we had that $12 from the mom and dad spending, $30 here, 11 from the kids sinking fund, and then 12 from the family fund. So $65 I need to pull out of the different envelopes. So we'll do that together. And then if we flip on over to the cash envelope, where we're at with that, you know, like I said, my husband got his money. We spent $200 from our spending money. We got our water. We spent the $280 in groceries at Smith's. And then my daughter has hitting every Wednesday right now. And so it's cold. They can't be outside. They're at a local hitting cage. And so the team just kind of splits the fee for them to go hit for their hour. So her hitting was $5. I just always pull that from miscellaneous. So it says we have $427 left in our sinking funds. Oops, sorry to bump y'all. So let's take a look. So we should have that $20 in groceries, which we do. Oh, I need to update this tracker. And there's that $20. So let me pop this in here, guys. And I know this seems kind of like double tracking, and it is, but it's just my mind's used to it at this point. So, but I also sometimes, catch myself. So sometimes it's nice to have the dual, because then you can, if you miss it in one place, you've got it in another, and you're like, oh, okay. So we've got $20 left in groceries, and Costco, we still have that $100 that was in there. Remember we didn't add anything to it. Very cool though. It's because the end of 22 and the beginning of the year, we have the membership where you get 2% back on your purchases. So my voucher came in for that, as well as Costco's really good about, if you buy a product, sometimes they'll send out these little things letting you know, like, hey, we recognize this product wasn't stellar, bring this little card in for a refund. So I got one of those. So I'm not sure, it'll probably be like $10, but I have that little refund, and then I have my voucher and my $100. So, technically this envelope, I won't need to stuff next payday either, which is great. Gives us a little extra money. House and Beauty still has its 40 in it. And then miscellaneous, we spent the 5, so it's got the 35. And then our spending still has 232 in there, and then water's gone, so that leaves us 427, which matches up. So all good there. So while I'm in here though, I will go ahead and pull out that $30 to pay myself back for my nursing CEUs. So it's the 20th. This expense always surprises me every 2 years. You think by now it wouldn't, but it does. 10, 20, 30. So there's the 30, and that leaves us with 5, which is good because that should cover my daughter's hitting next Wednesday. Okay. And then I'll update it here later. And then that was it from here. The other two, and actually, I'm sorry, I lied to you. $12 needed to come from the mom and dad for my Happy Planner spending. So let's see, that was on the 14th. Okay. So $12, it should leave $220 in there, and how nice I have change. So 1, 2, 12. So put that aside, and that leaves 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20. Okay, perfect. Okay, let me bring this back over so you guys can see that. now that takes care of this guy. This next one is probably going to be messy because there's probably not change in there. Let me remind myself. So I needed, so that takes care of that one. This one, $11 from kids and $12 from family fun, which I know doesn't have change. So let's see what's in here. The kids here. Oh, you guys, it's right here in front of my face. I'm looking for the calculator to hold that down. So there should be 105 in here. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105. So I guess just to make life simple, I'll just call it 10 and be done with it. How does that sound? Okay, so 5, 10. 10 from kids. Takes care of that one. And then family fun, we're gonna pull, that one's supposed to be 12, and I think I have the same problem with the change, so I think I'll just also pull 10 from here and let the buffer kind of eat the rest of that. So family fun started with 135, so we should have 125, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 10, 15, 20, 25. 125. And then if for some reason I can make change out of somewhere, I don't think I can though, you know, I might try to do that, but for now that covers at least most of it, and like I said, the buffer can kind of eat the rest. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 61, 62. So 62 going back into the bank account to cover that, which is great. So it's only a $3 difference. So we'll just let the buffer eat that, like I said. So perfect. All right. Well, so far we're doing meh on the spending. We're using our cash envelopes. Bills are paid appropriately, and so far we're on budget with everything except for takeout. So we'll see. Maybe it'll be a wash somewhere down the line, but one more week to go. So yeah, I just wanted to check in with you guys and see how the week has been going, and so far pretty good. My goal is to limit to at least 2 expense trackers per pay. The last time I had 3, so usually if I'm filling up 2 or hitting a third, that's how I know we're probably, you know, needing to chill on the spending. so far we're doing okay. One more week to go. Hopefully we make it. But if you've made it this long, if you enjoyed this video, thanks for joining me. I hope you'll give it a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in a couple days to set up our first February paycheck. Take care, guys. Bye.